This video was brought to you by Surfshark VPN. Stay tuned to learn more about their great deals.
Nostalgia literally means the pain from an old wound. It's a twinge in your heart, far more powerful than memory alone. This device isn't a spaceship. It's a time machine. It takes us to a place where we ache to go again. To a place where we know we are loved.
Meanwhile...
You never see it coming. You say that my mind is too fast for eyes.
And what's that?
You know I've always been attracted to power, but now you're imbued with it and I want to feel it all. Not like this. If a mere mortal sleeps with a god, she could wake up in the afterlife. No, you must power down, lest you kill me.
Mrs. Robinson, you're trying to seduce me.
So, Masters of the Universe Revelations Part 2 came out. And I refuse to review this show in any actual legitimate capacity again. Because what am I supposed to say about a scene like this? One that countless people are already talking about how it demeans Skeletor, which is a miracle considering how goofy he can be. Or how it's apparently fine for Skeletor to want to give up his power so he can tap this.
Oh my god, you could grind meat on it. Ah!
God, that is such an ugly design. Who came up with this? But seriously, one of the major issues as to why I refuse to touch this series in any review capacity again is that would allow Kevin Smith the ability to refuse reality. I bring this up because this has become a nasty trend in our pop culture society, that the moment that you dislike something and a lot of people dislike it, you're labeled as a racist, misogynist, or whatever buzzword that people want to bring up nowadays. Just look at Seth Rogen in Santa Inc., where he blatantly accuses people who dislike this garbage of a show because of white supremacy. 25k people like this tweet. Man, look at all these sheep. It's like these people are so far up their own backsides they can't even fathom the possibility that people legitimately dislike a show they're in or that people don't care for false advertising. Nah, must be the crybaby fans. And speaking of advertising, before we can deal with this, let's take a few moments and talk about Surfshark VPN.
You what?
In our world of internet backlash and danger beyond the keyboard, it's a necessity that you take care of yourselves. Whether you're surfing the net to find the best of memes or that body pillow that can get you in trouble with your girlfriend, that's when Surfshark VPN comes into play. That's right, Surfshark VPN, a VPN service that'll hide your precious internet info from the prying eyes of unwanted guests and allow you to access region-locked content. Is your paranoia actually true that our government overlords are watching you while you enjoy your favorite anime? Don't worry, just activate Surfshark VPN and you'll be able to tell those nasty FBI agents too. You want to watch a show on Netflix, but because of those pesky region locks, they tell you to screw you guys, no anime girls for you, otakus. Well, Surfshark VPN is about to make it easier to deal with that than ignoring Kevin Smith on Twitter. Simply change your virtual location to where the show is available and you can watch it. And by clicking the link down below and entering the promo code MANGA, you get 83% off and 4 months for free thanks to the holiday deals. And if you're not satisfied, Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk to try it out. So what are you waiting for? Go and click the link in the description.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
So, because of this kind of reaction, there's only one thing left to do involving these shows. Ignore them. I'm completely serious. A lot of the time when people talk about something they hate, they often don't realize that in some way they're still supporting it. If you give something time and attention, it will grow, even if it's negative attention. Even Kevin Smith said that. But the strongest and most effective way of killing something isn't through reviewing or pointing out its flaws, it's the use of apathy. Deprave something of attention, it will go away. Not even for hate watching. Well, you can either do that or you can always...
Do what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. You're our indeed. Don't let your kids watch it.
Okay.
And frankly, I feel that if it's important that if you give these people attention, even negative attention, it will still count as numbers towards their metrics. And then you got reviews. People who talk about this will act as billboards for their products. And yes, I'm aware of the irony of me making this video. It's not lost on me, but considering that people have asked me to talk about the second half of this season, and I just don't have the energy to do so, I think it's necessary for me to talk about this and how I will not touch this show again. Then I don't want to give this kind of stuff my time and energy even more than I have to. Sure, I can make 20 or so videos dedicated dedicated to saying that this show sucks and explain why. It'd be bullying, it'd be fun, it'd probably give me a ton of views and subs and money. But I actually have this thing called pride.
Liar!
Disgusting!
And considering that I'm an old fossil at this point, I've been around the block a few times. Hell, if you want a good example of people giving something negative attention and ironically acting like walking, talking advertisements for a product, look no further than the Pokemon franchise and Sword and Shield. Those games are probably the most lackluster games in the entire franchise, say for Generation 1, and yet it's one of the most profitable set of games in the franchise for the past few years. And these titles still got a ton of people complaining about the choices on Twitter, making video after video criticizing every little detail about them, all the while unaware of the fact that they were doing so, they were still promoting the games. And don't get me started on the people who reviewed the games. There's a saying, there's no such thing as bad publicity. And while that can be a bit overblown at times, it still applies to a lot of things. Folks, if you really think that something is bad, then the best way to deal with something is not with hatred, but with indifference. If you continue to hate, watch, review, or play, these things will continue to grow and gain more attention. But if you want there to be changes, sure, you can raise your voice, but that can really be counterproductive at times. If you really want things to change, then you need to show your indifference. You can't show support, you can't continue to promote these types of garbage or media. Trust me, it works. And sure, there will be people who will support this stuff because they like it or because they're a consumer. I'm well aware of that fact. But if you starve something of attention, they will die off. It's like the old adage of trolling. If you feed the trolls, they'll keep coming. The same rule applies to stuff like Masters of the Universe Revelations. So I, for one, refuse to acknowledge Masters of the Universe from Kevin Smith in a review of its own. I may bring it up as a point in a future video, but that's all you're gonna get from me. Besides, the only thing that's good about the new show is that we finally got an update to... And that's it. I'm MangaKamen, remember to examine your fandom, but remember, not every fandom needs to be examined. Thanks again to Surfshark VPN for sponsoring this video. Be sure to check out the description to learn how to get a great deal for their services.
Bye, have a beautiful time!